if there was a police officer, it was a young lady who chose to engage in, I guess, on the job skill building
Training. It's
training,
training.
training,
OJT. Yes.
training. That is a good. That's a good start, Zay. There
Write
was
that
a
one
lady
down.
who was on the police force, and she was having some issues, or she was trying to connect and really bring her whole crew together, like on the heat of the night. So technically, she did not commit a crime, but they were fired. So one female officer who happens to be Caucasian, a little light, petite, her and a couple officers got fired after they participated in something called a high speed train. See, in the urban community, we know about trains, but a high speed train made me go and dig further. I said, high speed train. I don't know if we have learned the depths of such a thing, but I know on the video you had a Spanish officer, you had a couple Caucasian officers, you had two brothers, and that's probably why they got fired because you
Mm-hmm.
let the ink get in. I'm not gonna go down there. So they had went in there and touched this pure woman. What they I can't go there and follow
Defiled
in
her.
there. Even the dog
Defiled her.
got fired, and that's the shit I'm talking about. It's because he's a dark colored dog that he got fired. So for y'all definition, I find that at a high speed train, which I was advised of by a female counterpart that watches the show, is a train when there is five or more participants, which
Mm.
makes it a high speed. They say when it's 5 to 7. So I don't know what's after 7. You might call it a bright line,
Caboose.
but call it a bright line. But hey, what y'all think about that team building in the police department over there?
Mm. All for one and one for all.
Come on, Chris, you the
Definitely.
gate doctor.
Oh man, I'm just learning about a high speed train. You say it's 5 to 7 people.
Yeah.
What would be a bullet? Because never mind. Never mind.
1 to 3.
What I would say is this, man. When I first heard about the story, I thought it was funny, and I posted a meme, and everybody was seeming to be laughing. But then I seen the vibe change. Women start to feel sorry for her, and then I thought to myself, wait a minute, I can understand this. I really can understand this. Maybe this is how Ume Udoka feel when his sexual mistake got plastered all through throughout the news, but he never, at any point in time, became the victim. Never. No one ever looked at him like that. Well, I did. I said he was, but nobody ever looked at him like that. And so it's funny to me how when it first hits, it's funny. We can joke on the lady, but then eventually, then it's switched. And now she's the victim of a situation. The real victim in this situation is the husband. I don't know what's going on, but I like to say I send a special prayer, and I don't even pray like that, to Meg the Stallion's man and this young lady's man, because I know their world has been ripped apart, and no one ever thinks about the true victim here. It's the man that decided to stay. Because imagine how he feels now. Imagine how he feels now. How can he ever follow up Mandingo, Chico DeBarge, and Tucker? How can he do that? But even though I have to say, I'm glad you cleared up the bullet. I mean, fast trade for me.
Well, Chris, I want to say this. Well, when you think about the situation with the train, oh man, that's just an interesting thing right there. That's just so interesting. Me personally, how can you stay? Listen, I'm not. I've never been a pecker inspector, but out of 7 dudes in a train, somebody done left a hole there. How can I go behind such a such a train? Like, bro, my wife took on 7 pickles in a short
And
period
you
of
know
time.
about it. And you know about it. Everybody
And he
knows about
released
it.
a statement that I'm going to stick beside her.
He grew up on Tammy Wynette. Stand by your man or stand by your woman or what. I don't know what the hell he got going on.
He must
He's a
love
strong
NWA.
individual.
That's the easiest divorce to win ever. You know what I mean? You are why you divorcing? Slam the article down. Boom. 7 people, bro. You have to really say it ain't about me. I don't care how small my thing is. She took 7 of them. I can't compete to that. You add up 7 little. Nah, I can't.
You just can't get it out your head. It's not even about compete. You'll never. There's some things you gotta ask yourself. Can I do it? And that's one of them things. I can't do that. You gotta win. But
some women, hey, listen, don't do that. We got to say something. There are a lot of females who don't feel it. Listen, they see it differently. I'm about to have 7 orgasms possibly. They don't frown on trains, especially in the older years.
What that got to do with you staying? What that got to do with you staying? She can do whatever she wants. That's what I'm saying. She can do whatever she wants. As the man, the victim that Chris was talking about, I can't stay. I'm sorry. I'm shallow. I'm not staying. It doesn't matter.
Chris, what you saying?
I'm saying you said it could be 7 disappointed men too.
It could be garbage cabbage, but still.
But they did a few times, so she was gonna try to get her way to the top. So Mario, give me something positive on this. What's positive?
I want to say that I think we're looking at this all wrong. I think we acting like that this is her first occurrence on this railroad track is asinine. There's no way you wake up one morning after a healthy life of marriage and just say, yeah, I'm going to take 7 to the face or to whatever part of the body you would have to take. There's no way that happens. There's no way that happens. You come from a long line of trains. This has been groomed. It's been mastered. And it's been mastered so much that you thought that you could excel so you wouldn't be the girl who had 7 disappointed men at your job and at your workplace. So I always say, one thing for sure, she was showing out. This was her best qualities. And I believe her husband probably knew it because he probably been one of those guys who like to watch. I think this was, that's why he stayed, because they might be into that. We live in a freaky time, right now, where it's all kind of stuff that we might see and turn our nose down on, but it's running rampant in this world we stay right now, especially with married people, because now it's no box. Everybody living outside the box, setting their own rules and doing whatever they want. And when you look at the numbers that Pornhub pull in and all these fetish channels and all that kind of stuff like that, it's a lot of people out here who married who doing a lot of nasty things for no change, just for the damn thing. And I think this is one of them situations where she found a group of people who wanted to partake, he wanted to watch, and they was having a good time. The only problem was they was on the clock. That's the only problem. But I always say this, who gives a damn? I feel like right now we got 5 officers that just been let off for beating the hell out of a little boy. We got Trayvon Martin and people like who was still like, it's so many other things you can highlight and fire officers for. I don't give a damn about 5 officers who had consensual sex with a woman on the clock. What about the 5 officers who beat the hell out like a pinata about the little boy who was walking home? Fire them. That's be like, last they name, fire them and make a mockery of them. But they had consensual sex with grown people on the clock. Cool, dock them, they pay, and hit them. They was getting because they getting fired for stealing time. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you can go get another job. That's all you got done for misappropriating time. But at the end of the day, bro, there's so many cops out here doing so much other stuff. We just had a riot downtown by the protester that was hurt. They tore up Atlanta, tore it up. It's screwed up right now downtown. Burning buildings, police cars, all that stuff by the protester that was hurt. I'm talking about it was on fire downtown. And people out there didn't hear it. It was World War II, the same way Black Lives Matter was tearing up stuff. It's like that downtown Atlanta right now. And we're talking about a woman who is, to me, she just got into the wrong business. And maybe she was trying to get into that business and her fallback was police work. Because it seems to me she had aspired to obtain greater things in life. And just like most of us, we fall under the stars, aiming for the moon. And she fell on some other things. So I say kudos to her for saying, hey, I'm going to do me, and her man for saying, hey, we signed up. We're going to ride this out. But I just don't know how. But I think, hey, it's a crazy. And I thank you, Horace, for enlightening me with what you call it?
High-speed train.
High-speed train. I never know. Allegedly, so many people I know had partaken in such things, and I never even know the name. I let you know.
Well, I had some palm trans.
Yeah,
palm trans. Shit, what's 11 and up? That's
tracks.
But I know, I'll tell you a quick story. One of my homeboys allegedly told me about a girl who used to call miraculously out the blue when a group of young men stayed in Orlando out the blue, who was married, housewife, doing everything. She just called out the blue, perfect life, perfect wife, don't work a job, and just say, I'm coming over here. Everybody call all your dogs and just come pound me for hours. Then I go back home and be a stay-at-home mom and a loving, devoted husband. So when you seeing stuff like that, man, like Jesus said, I done seen it all.
I don't understand, but what's crazy to me is that men act like they're surprised by these things. Like even with this situation, even with the Carisha getting pissed on, like women are like that. Like, you know, like this is not.
All they tell me is, I see that. All I said, it's a lot of sheltered men out here who be capping. Yeah. That's all I see. I see the surprise and the reaction of what. So I see that you just talking. You ain't really live that life.
Yeah, live that life, boy. It ain't got no look. Trainers ain't got no look. I done seen trainers walk down that aisle. Trainers ain't, you know what I'm saying? They no special type. They be in every venue.
All shapes and sizes.
Walmart, Publix, the library. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, there's no look to that,
bro. Because that's the scary part.
I think that what Horace said though, at the minimal is a way to look at this, right? You got to say, at the end of the day, when you live in your vicariously life and you going and your whole objective is to have a climax, I can have 7 of them. Yeah. I can have 8 of them. I can have 6 of them, especially when I hear so many women complain about what? Not ever climax.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me like I can guarantee I do it because I know all 7 of them can't be trash. Yeah. But I'm staying with Blake Rower here, and it's been like 8 summers. But I know these guys right here is coming to bring the pain, and they showing out because there's nothing you beat worse than the train. There's nothing that you go in the train and you stretch and give it your best of the best because you don't want to be the caboose.
Bro, I tell you what. Listen, first of all, I think Susie Thumper shouldn't have been fired. But I tell you what, she definitely gonna get hired again. That's a damn show.
Hey, that's a resume that don't have to be on LinkedIn.
I know who you is.
Hey,
Joe.
Hey, and you got people that's in the freaking shit. I loved on Twitter that the trending thing was P. Diddy.
Yeah,
that was the new one.
But there's several other women okay that Amara Negro and some other people are saying, I like it. So like Chris said, we got to start acting like these people only exist in certain parts of the town, certain parts of the world. They look a certain way. They got a certain career. They got a certain religious background. No. If you go into a place and close your eyes and do like this, that's up.
There's one of them. It's like that. I see my brother join in. If it's one person that taught me that there's no look, there's no type, any type can actually be the freakiest thing in the world. I don't care if she's shy, it does not matter. I'm trying to tell you, boy, I learned it a long time ago, and that's something I can never ever forget.
Yeah. And it might just be all out there, P on me Diddy. Wait a minute, son.
Whoa.
I think you typing too fast.
Not on this show.
I hope you get together there.
We do not condone that on such a show.
Put that up again. This not that was that the one from my brother.
Now,
this guy was legendary in this shit. Now I'm trying to tell you, he was legendary in his whole finder. His Hodar is off the meter.
In my dark time, go ahead, Mario.
You just gotta believe. like once you believe it, it becomes true. I agree, Mark. Once you believe, like, bro, I got it.
In my dark times, I was one night where I came back and I looked at Zay and I said, "We got to go on to talk about this to the L." And one night, can't get the details. I seen a young lady drink semen out of a condom.
Oh, yikes!
That was terrible,
bro. I was speechless. I was so speechless, and at that moment,
it turned your stomach,
bro.
I believe it turned your stomach.
It's the most disgusting sight. But people have all kinds. Women are full of fantasies. I don't know what drinking latex drinks was about. It changed my life.
Before her time.
Bruh.